Manchester United man to strike, however you look at it. And it is Rashford! And it is absolutely magnificent. What a strike from Marcus Rashford. Nothing Danny Ward could do. Right into the corner. He is back enjoying his football again. Marcus Rashford, MBE.
Good morning, and welcome back to my diary. Thank you for joining me. And it's the Highlands. Those of you that were kind enough to watch my previous video will have heard me say at the end of that video, we're off to the Highlands again, and that's exactly where we are eventually. Trip didn't get off to the best of starts, I'm afraid. Transport problems. The car let us down slightly. So maybe I'm only going to manage a couple of sessions this trip. We'll just have to wait and see. Where am I? Well, a spot I fish quite regularly, frankly. Oh, hang on. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Well, I was still sorting myself out, and there's something. This bait will still be frozen with that. Well, I'm not going to leave it any longer, just in case. Well, it's temporarily on. I was completely honest with you, and I was using the fish finder sonar thing. There was a fish down there, and it's a tiny jack. See what I mean about tiny? Well, if nothing else, that's the blank saver sorted. I think, as I said, that bait must have still been frozen. Yeah, it's a spot that I fish fairly regularly and has produced one or two nice fish for me. It's not prolific by any means. None of these locks are, to be honest, but when you get a fish, sometimes they're quite nice. And I think, as I said when I was playing that jack, you look sharp-eyed amongst you will have noticed that it's a gentle lob. None of this distance casting business needed. At a sort of 20 yards, it's over 15 feet deep. There is a stream comes in this corner here, and as with all streams that enter locks, there is a big hump of gravel. Which is quite shallow, and I've got one bait on the side of that in about 8 feet of water. The other two, as I say, something like 15. And as you've already seen, the jack was on lamprey, the middle rod, and this is the combination that has done best for me here, I have to say. The middle rod is a pollen which pops up, and you can pull it up and down in the water and fish it at various depths. Now that has worked for me before. And the other one is the good old Joey mackerel. Right, I'm going to finish getting sorted out. I'm still trying to keep as much stuff dry as I can because it was raining heavily. We've had a hell of a lot of rain up here. This lock must, when I came and looked the first day we arrived, it must have come up at least 3 feet since 2 days ago. So stay dry if we can. Well, that's 4 hours and no excitement whatsoever. It's been a wet, miserable morning, to be honest. It's about 12:30 now, and it hasn't stopped raining since I got here. So it's I think the word they use up here is dreek. It's dreek, yeah. I think that means miserable, which just about sums it up. Although I have put some of the time to good use. I've made a phone call and I've got permission to fish one of the small locks on Monday. Today's Saturday, and I've just checked the weather forecast and it looks to improve a little bit by Monday, so fingers crossed. A right test of character, that one tiny jack in the first sort of 10 minutes and that was it, not a touch all day. And the weather was, well, the weather was the weather, frankly. So not the best of starts to this trip. Anyway, as I said earlier, we'll be hopefully fishing one of the small locks next, and hopefully that might produce us a fish. I'll see you then. Excuse me guys, sorry to interrupt the story. The second session of my trip to the Highlands turned out to be very special for me, as you're about to see. But because of that, I'm afraid I've had to be heavy-handed with the edit. I hope that doesn't spoil the enjoyment of the video. And I'm sure the pike anglers amongst you all will understand exactly why I've had to do what I've done. So, back to the story. Right then, good morning again. And we made it to the small lock. Absolutely glorious morning, unlike the day we had the other day. Touch of frost on the grass, none the worse for that. And as you can probably see, a bit mist and flat calm, although the wind is supposed to be going to get up a little bit later on. All 3 rods in, and we're fishing. It's a slightly strange water this. It would give the impression of being really shallow, nothing much more than 6 feet. However, closer in there are all manner of dips and holes and troughs, and I've been using the sonar thing. I didn't bother showing you that, you've seen it before. And I managed, I think I've got the left and right hand rods in one of those holes or troughs. Middle rod, heave ho, as far as it'll go. So, sit down and a cup of coffee, I think, and we'll see what happens. This was the left-hand rod, which was in one of those holes I was on about. Now, I just wonder whether that fish has got another hook in it. I'm going to go and have a look. Yes. Well, it's a crazy, isn't it, really? You sit for an hour, nothing happens, and then in 5 minutes, get up. In 5 minutes you get 2 fish. No complaining, I'm not complaining. Well, that's about 3 hours and 2 small fish. The first one of those, I mean, I got 2 takes in 5 minutes almost, but the first one of those unhooked itself in the net, and I was I was just about to let it go when I noticed there was another line trailing out of its mouth with what looked like 8-pound mono which had snapped. Fortunately, the bait, I mean, clearly probably yesterday this happened, the bait was still on the hooks, and so a gentle pull and I got it nearly all the way out without even having to use the forceps. Quick twist of the hooks and it was out, so that was good news. But as I say, just as I was starting to put it back for the second time, this rod went, and that was a slightly bigger fish, absolutely stonking condition, beautiful fish. As I think I said, not very big, but lovely fish. So yeah, 2 fish in 5 minutes and nothing since. I'm topping up my vitamin D at the moment. It is very bright, and to be honest with you, even beginning to feel quite warm. There she goes. Well, that's number 3. I'd say that was a long wait, but well worth it. They come in 2s. I'm still sorting the rod out from the last fish, and here we go again. Interestingly though, it's all come to life once the sun went behind the hill. Whether that's anything to do with it, I don't know. This one's pulling a bit as well. Oh, I'm going to be through the other line if I'm not careful here. Oh goodness, it is pulling a bit. Managed to keep it out of the way of the other line so far. Ooh, oh my goodness, that's a new best of the day. For sure, judging by the size of the tail. Oh, oh no. Goodness. Goodness. Oh. Sorry if I'm not saying a lot, but this could be the fish of the trip, I think. Oh, that's the other line. Oh, oh good, it's coming back again. Oh, come on. Oh dear. Oh. I think I said in the previous video at some point, my heart is in my mouth. Well, can I just say, it's back there again. This is a powerful, powerful fish. Oh my, I've just seen its back. Ah, this is going to be a nice one if I can get it in the net. Oh. No. No. I can't get it in. Oh, never. I'm making the right dog's dinner of this, guys. I'm sorry, but that's a proper fish. Yeah, goodness gracious. Try again. No. That's turning into amateur hour. But I'm sorry, this has got to go in the net. Yes, 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 and wow. That was, frankly, not my best performance, but my God, what a lovely, lovely fish. I'll be back in a minute. Oh boy. Steady. I can't guess what this is going to weigh. Oh wow. I need to check that. That's 31.5 pounds in the sling, which is 29.5 pounds without the sling, which is a new PB for me. That is just unbelievable. I'm just so made up with that. I'll try and show you once more. There you go. 29.5 pounds of Highlands finest. Oh dear me. Right, I've got to have a photograph and then we'll get her back. See you in a minute. It looks ready to go, I would say, wouldn't you? Just look at that. That is just absolutely magnificent. It's got a tail on it like a bloody rudder. Oh boy. Really couldn't make that up. Well, what do you make of that? I've got gear all over the place. 2 rods out of the water. Got a phone call coming in, I'll have to get that in a minute. But that is just unbelievable. I know I made a bit of an arse of it when it came to the netting and what have you. It was a bit amateur hour, as I think I said, but gosh, man, you just, you know, you're shaking like a leaf when that sort of thing happens. Even, you know, I've fished for these things for years, and that was 1.5 pounds bigger than anything I've ever caught. And you know, your mind's running up a million miles an hour, and the hook's going to stay in. I couldn't get it in the net, kept turning its head and going. I just couldn't get it in the net. So anyway, time to tidy up. I'll be back shortly. Wow, here we go again. This will have to be the last session of the trip. I don't believe this. I've still got the other 2 rods aren't back in the water yet. It has to be more than a coincidence that the place has come alive after the sun goes down. Oh hell! Well, this is going to be the last session of the trip, and it's certainly ended on a high. Why do they all swim into the net instead of out of it? Well, that's it. I haven't got a rod in the water now. so I think as the lights start to go, I'll call that a day. I would hate to appear greedy. I do hope you've enjoyed that. As I say, it wasn't my finest hour in terms of technique with that big fish, but it worked, and I am completely overwhelmed with that, to be honest. That couldn't have worked out better for me. As I say, this is the last session of the trip, going home tomorrow. Going home very happy. So I hope you did enjoy it. Apologies for the fiasco at times. What's next? Well, it'll be more pike fishing. At this moment, I don't know where. I need to gather my thoughts and give it some thought, as they say. So thanks for watching. If you've watched it all the way through, thank you very much, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.